What's up guys, my name is Austin Keene. We're out here in beautiful Laguna Beach with my friend Jason here. And we're gonna teach you guys how to skim faster, get out further to waves by working on your one-step drop, your monkey crawl drop, and your stance and timing. I'm also gonna give you a few helpful tips to work on your skimboarding outside of the water, and we'll probably work on some tricks as well. So let's get started. So the first thing we wanna work on is your hand stance. You wanna have your hands about 9 and 5 on the board. Should feel nice and balanced when holding the board and relaxed. This is gonna allow you to drop the board even and flat on the sand so that the board goes nice and straight and you're able to walk right onto it. So, Jason, let's see what you got with your hand stance. We'll call it a hand stance. So yeah, you probably wanna bring it up a little bit more. So you should feel kind of relaxed when you're holding your board like this while you're waiting for a wave. A lot of people just kind of hold it right onto their chest like that, and then when you're ready to drop it, it should land perfectly flat. Beautiful. All right, so now that you're holding the board properly, we're gonna talk about dropping the board. Ideally, you wanna drop the board just in front of you so that you can walk right onto the board back foot first. We'll get more into back foot first when we talk about the one step. But for now, let's focus on dropping the board properly. And what you do not want to do is throw the board way out in front of you and chase it down. The board should be placed just in front of you, just far enough to take one step, and then the next step be the back foot. So if you're running or jogging, as you can see, I'm not throwing the board, I'm simply placing it right in front of me. As you start running faster, you will naturally have to kind of give the board a little bit more power in your toss just to keep it in front of you. But for now, just focus on setting the board softly right in front of you so that you're set up for success in your one-step drop.
Do you actually throw your board a little bit?
I usually just use the swing and the run of my arms, and I use that momentum just to give it a little bit, but I'm never really throwing it out in front of me. I'm just using that running swing to that running swing in your arms, and maybe kind of doing a little bit of that, mostly when I'm running a lot faster. And if it's a little bit more windy too, you might also need to kind of throw it down a little bit harder just to keep the board from feathering down and catching the wind. So give it a shot, Jason. Beautiful. So now that we know how to drop the board properly and flat, we want to talk about approaching the board correctly. A common mistake is people like to approach the board from the side their first time skimboarding. That's always bad news because that's going to cause your momentum to go sideways and you're going to slip out and bust your butt. The best way to approach the board is from almost directly behind the board. Maybe a little bit on the left and maybe a little bit on the right, depending if you're goofy or regular. I'm regular, so I'm going to be following the straight imaginary line, drop the board, coming from directly behind it, and all my momentum is going to transfer forward and not side to side. So I drop the board, one step, back foot first. My momentum is carried directly forward. If you notice that you have a little bit of a rotation right when you get on your board, you may be approaching the board a little bit from the side. You might be coming a little bit from over here and starting a rotation. If you come directly from behind the board, all your momentum is going to go forward. Go for it, Jason. Perfect.